Right, hold on. Let me grab the AoE Force patch notes, because this, I think it's going to be a better patch note than a frickin' Stormgate one. That is just trash. Okay. Let's load it up, team. Let's load it up, because there was some fun things, actually. There were some fun things. Reject. Alrighty. AoE 4 patches notice. Let's have a look-see. New map monsters, but apparently this is just for quick play, right? Which is good. The map monsters game mode can be selected in quick match or custom. It is not available in ranked. Good. It was very annoying playing certain maps that were meant to be, you know, somewhat serious. Then you had a bloody monster. But this is what they look like. You got the forest person, and then the nice sea turtle thing. I think the sea turtle looks really cool. Let's have a look. Alright. So we've got some rewards here. New portraits. Oh, it's got Marine Lord. He likes a shark. Hey, I think I've already got that seahorse thing. I think that's what I use, actually. Hold on. Let me check. Yeah, it's not freaking new. What the hell? What, are you trying to trick me? I know a mermaid unicorn when I see one. Alright, let's see. Downvotes increase from 3 to 4. Map pool increases from 9 to 10. Totally fine. No, totally fine. So we've got Dry Arabia still. 4 Lakes. Golden Pit is back. Gorge, Hill and Dale, Himiyama, Lipany, Mongolian Heights, Rocky River, Socotra. I guess I'm a tiny bit sad that Baltic isn't there anymore, because it was nice to just have a water map, but I barely ever got to play it anyway, to be fair, so maybe it was kind of one of those things where it's just not played at all. But overall, pretty okay. I think the like Dry Arabia is good. 4 Lakes is kind of fun and different. Golden Pit is interesting, just because it's, you know, you spawn with like 2 golds from memory, and then there's all those massive golds in the middle. Like, it's kind of interesting. I think it plays a little bit like Hill and Dale, but far more concentrated in the middle, in my opinion. Let's see. Himiyama. Lipany can be weird. Mongolian. Yeah, overall, pretty happy. I think that's fine. Like, maps that I think are actually very decent. I like Rocky River a lot. I think Gorge is a fine map too. Dry Arabia, obviously. And I think the rest are pretty alright. I don't think I'll veto anything for now. Maybe eventually Himiyama, just because it usually just plays out like a normal map, except some civs can potentially take the pond in the middle, which gives them a boost, and you can't. And sometimes there's that situation where there's only one dock available, like space-wise, which is annoying, but Socotra is a very, very tiny map. Kind of takes the space of like a mountain clearing, except there's stuff on it. So it's not just basic. Map pool for team rank, let's see. Ancient Spires, Archipelago, Dry Arabia, Forest Ponds, Gorge, King of the Hill. You got some nice ones there, Des, and thank you, Voliner, for the Prime. Design, update, and rework. Aha! Yes. It's going to be interesting. Is this patch live already? Or is it coming? I think it's a preview, right? It's live? Ooh. Previously, Rust gained bounty upon defeating huntable animals and wolves. This led to a race at the start of every game, where both players... Yeah, with this new update, Rust gains bounty over time while gathering food from animals. So both players should have more time to vie for control over hunt on the map. Moretti, thank you. I mean, I like this change. It's still like a...
Was great to hear you cast SC2 again.
A race
Demu
in a
love.
way. But it's also a way that you don't focus on berries. You focus on the sheep, the deer, the boar. and it's still a benefit you getting them over your opponent. And also your opponent denying them, to be fair. Like, if your opponent managed to sneak some of your deer packs or pro scout them or something, then it's kind of like, ooh. But it should mean that they're tier 2. You can't get it just by not having. And also, it's going to be weird. Do you even open up with a... hunting cabin now? I'm not sure. Sheep gold is enough. We'll see. We'll see. I'm going to have to play a Rust game to see how that works. Pressure function has been updated to easy. Ah, yes. So I read about this a little bit, where it's like you click on a deer and it will like automatically bring it back to your TC, or wherever you put the home as for the deer, which is kind of cool. Previously, the player had to right-click on a deer, then shift-click to the town center and repeat that process for every single deer to make use of the tech. Now a player can simply right-click on a deer once with the technology research, and the scout will bring the deer back to the capital TC, default or drop-off location of your choice. To move an entire herd sequentially, a player can simply shift right-click the entire herd quickly and the scouts will do the rest. So this makes pro scouts a lot easier to use. A lot easier. Now, I don't know if that was the reason that people didn't use pro scouts. The fact that it was a bit trickier, but... We'll continue anyhow, because it's fun. Team rank, match search, free-for-all. Now work when using controller. Sheep distribution. Sheep instances have been increased across several solo-ranked maps, while the amount of sheep per instance has decreased. This change aims to spread sheep across the map in a more consistent manner, and with less instances where all sheep cluster around the same area, leaving others completely vacant. The change also slightly increases the overall amount of sheep on each of the affected maps. Four Lakes, Hillendale, Lipany, The Pit, Rocky River. Is the Pit in the 1v1 map pool? Does this mean just for... Yeah, I was about to say, I don't remember it being in the 1v1 map pool. I wonder if there's some mistake here. Interesting. Okay, map specific changes. Okay, primary goal for each player spawns in a more consistent manner. Primary wood line for... Okay, that's good, Because Golden Pit, you could have it where you literally had a wood pretty far away. Like, of the 1v1 maps that are back, Golden Pit was kind of like... Killing a monarch and a unit as it entered the building would not award the population to the player. Oh, that's happened to me so many times. Fixed Turkit. Okay. Tribos can now be selected in the Fog of War. This allows players to more easily check which mercenaries are available to Byzantines. Oh, I think that's a pretty good change, actually. That's a pretty good change. Wheeled siege units no longer pack and unpack. This includes the Springold, Nester Bees, Culverin, Robotic and Cannon. These units can now find and attack targets ultimately while they are idle, and should feel far more responsive when attempting to move and shoot. I like it. Frickin' annoying when you leave some siege somewhere and they're just like, I think we're getting rushed, mate. Previously, walls and battles across nearby. Ah, good. Gaps. This should now be fixed. Okay, big fix. Scouts, professional scouts. Set automatic drop-off target. Okay. Alright. Now the actual patches notices. So Siege also auto-attacks nearby units when idle. Yes. Good change, I think. Good change. Because sometimes you could, like, attack move to a location, they'd just reach it, and then, like, a second later, they'd get attacked, and they wouldn't attack back. Like, it was very, illogical. Fertile Crescent discount increased from 30 to 35, so this is where you get, like, cheaper... Cheap is wood costs, right? Or is it cheaper everything for economy buildings? It's been a while. It's been a while, team. Like, I want to say that I know everything. So, like, what was Abbasid TC? It was like 400, 350. And then it did get cheaper with the stone as well to, like, 300 wood and, like, 262 stone. So, yeah. Okay. So, the TC... So, nerfs or buffs quite a bit of Abbasid, actually. Swapped Grand Bazaar and Armoured Caravans. Is Grand Bazaar the first one or the second one? Or rather, the first one or the third one? I'm guessing it's the first one, because it going from a tier 2 upgrade that gives you 5/5 to a tier 3 upgrade to 3/3 would be shit. Okay, so they've kind of made... I kind of like that. I didn't really go Trade Wing that much to start things off, but if you do go Trade Wing, I mean, not having the Grand Bazaar kind of sucks a little bit, but having your traders be able to maybe survive a bit more is probably quite good. And I tell you what, it's nice and cheap too. I like it. Add a new tech to Culture Wing. Public Libraries, which adds 2 HP to all villagers and traders for each eco upgrade researched. Interesting. Proselytization technology moved to mosque. Is that the one where it means like your keeps and shit heal? Or is this specifically for the monks when they try and change things? Camel Archer. Health increased and veteran health increased. Kind of small, but Camel Rider. So this is specifically not the archers, this is the riders, like the knight equivalent. So same cost overall, just a bit more, you know, spread out. Camel Riders aren't bad actually. Armored Caravan is not a new unit, it was an upgrade. Like, you barely ever saw it with Abbasid, but basically what it did is gave all your traders 5/5 armor. It's the conversion thing, this, so they've moved that away. So now Culture Wing has this thing? It has the Tech Wing initially, and then it has the... Is it like keeps regenerate health along with like town centers, or does it not town centers? We'll have to look. Imperial Hippodrome, Byzantine. Generation speed increased from 30 to 25 seconds. Wait, each tick took 30 seconds? I mean, I'll be honest, Hippodrome was kind of like a bit of a... I don't want to say a meme, like you could win games with it, but it felt a bit rough. System of the first hill, Sonic Flask increased from 2 to 6. Totally fine. Cataphract. Move speed increased to night speed. That's a nice change. It was so annoying that your cataphracts were just slower, non-charging knights that had trample, when they were very pricey too. Like, what are they? 180 or 180 150? Something pricey. Border settlements cost. Wait, is this the one for your house vision? That's an unusual change. I think it's the one for house vision and making houses built faster. Again, I've been kind of out of the circle for about a little over a week now. Interesting. But I guess, like, whenever an upgrade's about this cost, it's almost like you'll get it. This, now you have to think about it a little bit. Alright. Chinese. Ming Dynasty health bonus increased from 10 to 15. I actually think that's a fine change. It was very strange in my mind with China that one dynasty, which buffs the speed of everything by 15%. So specifically, it didn't work on siege. That's one thing it didn't work on. But it worked on villagers, so your villagers would gather a little bit faster. And 15% is pretty huge. Or your infantry would be faster. Also, that tier 3, the Wan Dynasty, unlocks pagodas, meaning like super relics. And then for Ming Dynasty, you got, what is it? Grenadiers and 10% health, which both of those things sucked. But 15% health instead of 10, hey, maybe, you know, that's actually pretty cool because it also buffs the siege health, which doesn't apply. But in general, Wan Dynasty is just so damn good. So I'm glad they didn't nerf Wan Dynasty and instead like kind of buff this one, because who knows. Thunderclap bombs, nest of bees. In this case, reducing from 4.5 to 6.5 seconds between attacks. Huh? Thunderclap bombs? What is this? To 6.5 seconds between. Reducing from. In this case, reducing from 4.5 to 6.5 seconds between attacks. I have no idea. No idea. Okay, extra materials. Text. Rip. Okay, so that's just kind of like a text fix. Passive ability to the Barbican of the Sun, Great Wall, Gatehouse, and Keeps, alongside stone wall, towers, and outposts. Okay, that's kind of cool. Passive healing now also targets nearby palisade walls, palisade gates, and stone wall gates, excluding the Great Wall Gatehouse itself, alongside stone walls. Okay, so they've basically just made the repairio thing with the outposts a little bit cleaner. That makes sense. And it heals the wood walls now. Alright, Delhi. Looks like they've got a few changes here. Dome of Faith, Scholar discount improved from 50 to 65. So a Scholar is 130. It has been, with the Dome of Faith, 80. And now it's going to be back to 65 again. To be fair, I did actually use the Dome of Faith a little bit. I thought it was kind of interesting. Definitely felt like the Tower of Victory overall was just a better. IMWW, thank you. So this Thunderclap Bombs Nest of Bees attack was for the boats. Okay. For the Bower Chads. Thank you. That makes more sense, because I was like, my Nest of Bees have Thunderclap Bombs? Like, the only upgrades that I remember for Nest of Bees is they have like one more missile. And I was like, no way. Alright. So, these are all the House of Learning changes, by the way. Let's see. Reinforced Foundations, base time reduced, so text faster. Tranquil Venue, that's where your mosques provide a healing aura. Faster. Hearty Rations. I think this is the one where you carry more. Kind of like a bit like Wheelbarrow works, but without the speed, so it's kind of like... Hone Blade from 5 to 4. That's actually quite a big deal. That's like, what, 20% faster, basically? New technology. Payix. Archers and crossbowmen gain 0.5 range. What the fuck? New technology. Mahouts. Elephants move 10% faster. Technology removed. Lookout towers. Was that for vision? Now also provide mosque influence, notably to itself. Oh, I actually like this one. But okay, so what are the big things here? This. What the fuck? So you already have really good... you already have really good thingamajiggers. Archers and crossbowmen, because they fire 15% faster. Or is it 20? With the Tower of Victory. My individual notes in my brain are all I feel they're kind of blurred, you know? But you already fire faster with these units, and now you can make it so they have slightly further range as well. And 0.5 may not sound big, but that's actually pretty nice. That's pretty nice. Not the biggest deal in the world, but pretty nice. Elephants move 10% faster. Because I'll be honest, House of Learning before, it was basically Hone Blades. And then it's kind of like, these things are okay. Because there's the stone one, the compound, was just a much more appealing landmark. Whereas now, maybe, who knows. Ghazi Rider health reduced in the feudal age. Latter ages unaffected. That's a fine change. War Elephant Tusk attack now deals damage in an area. Whoa, what the fuck? Did you think you could just sneak this little bastard right in? Is there a specific interaction where 0.5 range would help? Yeah, Archer versus Archer. So Archers have what? Is it Archers have 5 range? And Crossbowmen have 6, I think. So if you've got like a line of Archer and Crossbow kiting against regular archers. All your dudes are able to shoot when none of theirs are able to shoot, basically. It's kind of it's kind of strong, actually. It's just these little things help, you know. It's like when you think about longbows, which get 2 extra range. It's a big deal. Oh, fix an issue where research a network of citadels disabled network of castles ability on landmarks. I didn't even know that was a thing, to be fair. Fix an issue where a trolley shot could target the player's own buildings. What? That's funny. Could you shoot allies? That's so funny. Economic technologies discount bonus increased from 30 to 35. Oh, trade post fully revealed at the start of the game instead of just on the minimap. Oh. Chamber of Commerce trains free traders 100% faster, 30 to 15. Oh, they're really trying to get this working, eh? Because that's 2 buffs for the commerce. That is interesting. Alright. Holy Roman Empire. Increased duration of Inspiring Village from 30 to 35. What the fuck? A buff? Reduced Civilization Trait Outpost line of sight. Reduced Relic and Building line of sight. What the fuck? They overall got a buff? What? I gotta admit, I was expecting a little bit of a nerf here, lads. I was expecting a bit of a nerf. I was what the crap? I was expecting like maybe an Arkan Chapel nerf, or like, granted, this doesn't really change that much, but if they did this and nerf the chapel, then it would make more sense. But just buffing this and not nerfing the chapel was kind of weird. Because you know what? Hatchery, if they could potentially make it so Mind Walk was viable, because it's actually not a terrible landmark, it's just the Arkan's so damn good. I actually think what they kind of should do with Hatchery, and this is... They should do something. They should do something like... Are you ready? Big brain Benny coming in here. And I actually wouldn't mind this kind of change, because it would actually probably be something that I could actually make a choice between. They should make it so, like, when you make the Mind Walk, you keep it basically the same, but when you build the Mind Walk specifically, then you unlock marching drills. Without it, you don't. That could actually make it so the choice was there. Because right now the choice isn't there. The choice is you get marching drills regardless, and you get like 40% better income. And then you could see yourself being like, okay, I have to make like a couple of extra prelates. Isn't that how it used to be? No, so it used to be, so there was a few things actually, Satones. So there was, the Mind Walk was significantly worse than it is now, so it was just cheaper. Then they made it upgrade faster and stuff as well. And there are like tech specific stuff on the Mind Walk, which I don't believe marching drills has ever been tech specific. So what do they have? They have like the steel barding, Knights 2-2, which is, I'll say it's kind of useless. You don't need this. Like, it's just... And then this one is actually not bad, but it's a later game one, and it's still not worth it, you know? Melee armor for Spearman and Horseman by +2. But if you could make it that the Mind Walk unlocked, it actually unlocked the 10% speed boost, then I might actually come to a point where I might actually make the Mind Walk instead. And then it's a different game plan entirely. Different game plan entirely. Yeah, it's like that upgrade on the Mind Walk is specifically a late game upgrade, which a lot of the time with HRE, you don't need to get late game, currently speaking. And you know, when you're investing in a landmark, that means like your resource collection rate is technically 40% less, right? Technically, then heading into a late game plan, like the Mind Walk right now just makes 0 sense. So I don't think you can necessarily just nerf the Archon without something else. Yeah, I need to try out New Rust, because that's going to be interesting. But hold your horses, team. Hold your horses. All right, all right. Tatara cost. So that's the... Wait. This is the... This is... Oh, stone. Okay, so this is the initial upgrade for damage, eh? On melee. Okay. Coca Township. Reduced cost to 50-50, and they build slightly faster. Shinobi. Interesting. Bit of a buff to their water. Like, not the biggest, but a bit. Buddhist monks cost reduced. Zen cost reduced. Oh, I like the fact that they're trying to make monks a thing. That's fun. Floating gate. Production speed. Oh, they're nerfing Yashiro. Oh, they're nerfing Yashiro.
Wow, 33 months just like that. Let's
Oh.
go, Benny. Glad you're back on AOE4GIGACHAD.
My TTS doesn't even know Giga Chad? What the shit? Need to fire it and get a new one. Thank you, Nordless. Thank you very much. So they're actually buffing. So it's nerfed on production and nerfed on gold, but they're buffing it on TCs. Granted, this is a small thing. Interesting. Daimo mana upgrade cost reduced from 300 stone to 225. I think this is also a very good change, because this was very expensive for very little. But I think that's good. That could open up a lot of possibilities. Malians. Farima leadership. Cost reduced. Farima leadership. What was this? 650 gold, 350 food, and 90 seconds to... Farima leadership. Hold on. What was that? Why does it feel like it's... What the hell is it? So for movement speed, thank you. Farima leadership. So that is now 250, 500 and is a lot faster to upgrade. Okay, I actually think that's good. Because it's a buff. It's a buff for sure. But it taking a minute 30 for that cost was high. Now, I used to get it a lot. Because Sofa Musafadi just... Such a good combo against so many things, you know? Such a good combo. Technology reworked. Okay. New effect is Musafadi warriors and gunners gain +5 health on hit for 5 seconds after coming out of stealth. Does that mean each hit they'll get it? I guess so, by the way that it says it. Interesting. Moved from castle to feudal age as well. Wow. Cost reduced from 100 to 250 to 75 200. Okay, that's interesting. And local knowledge. Is that the thing on the barracks for them? Is that what it is? Like this thing? Yeah, local knowledge. Okay. Interesting. So that stops the healing while invisible. I think it's overall a nerf, but we'll see how it works. Because I kind of liked the running around invisible and stuff. Griat Bara. Production festival speed from 50 to 100. So the Griat Bara overall has received a buff. Okay. I'm going to quickly get some water before I carry on. Because this is interesting. This is very interesting. Because before the Griat Bara was a terrible landmark. Terrible. The only thing that it did was help you when you go mass warrior scouts and go to snipe somebody's landmarks. And you did extra siege damage, which the other thing was just better. It was a keep. But I gotta say, both Age 4 landmarks for Mali were a bit underwhelming. Though getting the first strike buff for gunners and Musafadi warriors was very good. So, we're back. hard and a choke. Hold on, just reading a little bit of chat. Does the production buff apply to TC, so you can get double Vil production for 90 seconds? We didn't realize this applied to all units and
6
thought
months,
this could actually
let's
be
go.
big in some scenarios.
Less than 3.
Well, we got 6 deuces, thank you, thank you. Yeah, I don't think this is too big, Great Bara. Like, let's say you're behind on workers with Malian, which you more often than not are. If you then pumped out an extra 2 TCs and did this, could be kind of fun. But maybe it would be good for traders as well. Traders is far more likely with this. But in general, is it necessary? Not sure, not sure. I think... Could be used. Could be used. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Fort of the Huntress now fires poison arrows instead of regular keep and garrison arrows. Malian town centre cost changed. Oh, cool. I mean, this is big. 400 wood and 450 gold instead of 350 stone. That's actually a really big deal. This is far more, far easier to do now, which is kind of interesting. Yeah, these Yashira nerfs are pretty decent. And then a TC boof. Honestly, kind of interesting. Apparently some people are able to build it as soon as feudal. I'm not surprised. Like, if I think about my feudal with Malian currently, when I hit feudal, I basically have enough gold to get wheelbarrow and the lumber harvesting. So that's 250 gold straight away. So it's definitely going to be a world where you can get very quick second TC with Malian while having a decent eco with it, which is very interesting. I mean, this change alone will change Malian quite a lot. I kind of like it. I kind of like it. We'll see. We'll see. Okay, so they've made Pashas a bit better, but they were a bit worse than they were meant to be. Raid bounty tech time reduced to 45. That's good. 90 seconds to get an upgrade always feels kind of bad when it's so meek, you know. Okay, same again. So yeah, those Uvu techs sometimes took a long time. Added improved superior mobility. Improved version is available in Fuel Age. Further increase move speed of pack balance by 20%. Alright. DS Stones landmark updated. Now also unlocks the Khan Hunter, in addition to granting Yam Network technology for free. The Khan's Hunters are a unique support Mangadai trained from archery range. Khan Hunters have an aura that improves the range of nearby range units, benefiting nearby Mangadai especially. So, am I reading this correctly? Khan Hunters aren't something that you mass, necessarily. You get 1 or 2, and you make Mangadai with it? Or, is it you don't make Mangadai at all, and you just make Khan Hunters? We'll see. It's like a meta, basically. Okay, okay. Okay. You can actually mass them, though. Going to be similar to the Ottoman one. Okay, okay. Khaganate Palace. Mangadai army changed from 3 Mangadai, or 4 Mangadais to 3 plus 2 Khan's Hunters. Horse army changed from 5 horse archers to 4 and 1... Ah, so this range thing buffs all. Does it buff siege as well? This is interesting. Archers, crossbow, hand gunners. Okay, okay. Because you have to be a little bit careful with how you read stuff, because it's like the, what is it? The Yumi Bannerman increases the damage of ranged infantry, for example. So it doesn't buff the Onimusha. So there's definitely a few things that are going to be interesting. Khan now uses a unique skin in Imperial Age. Oh, that's alright. So this is the tier 3 landmark. Gives you 3 Vizier points up from 2. That's cool. Seagate Castle comes with a free Great Bombard emplacement. That's kind of fun. This actually makes it so, say if you're in a dire situation, doing a Seagate Castle, like, plonk it on them could be kind of effective. I don't know. Alright, Roos. No longer have 65-second lifetime. Now take 1 health per second until... I like this. I like this. I think this is cool. I think that's a nice change. Golden Gate. Ticket generation time reduced. Now is a timer UI element. Show when the next tick will arrive. Okay. Abbey of Trinity. Now reduces cost of warriors monks by 50% at all monastery. I think that's a nice change. I think that was a nice change. And then the Rust bounty system has been updated. Rust players will no longer receive gold immediately when hunting animals. Instead, the village will gather 1 gold for every 10 food gathered from sheep, deer, and boar when deposited. Bounty tier 3 gold requirement increased from 500 to 750. Hunting camera tier 3 gold regeneration reduced. We'll see, we'll see. Okay. Variant civs now. Fix an exploit when moving an abatag to the moment could duplicate. Oh, you can duplicate. So this is for the wood, eh? So you can get 350 wood, or... Wait, it gives you stone? Shit. Interesting. That's interesting. That is interesting. Is there a time that I'd prefer that over just more workers? I mean, it's a lot of resources. Because it's 7 workers now, isn't it? I can't see myself going for it over the worker one still, but... Trade wing. Pop change of Atabegs. Okay. Culture now permanently turns on the healing aura with all ages instead of only age 4. Aha! Okay, I think this is actually a nice change. I can actually see myself going for this thing now. So this is the one where it gave you the dervish, right? So before, it was perma healing only in age 4, but now it's perma healing always, no matter what age you get it, just slightly less. I think that's actually quite a big deal. Quite a big deal. Trade wing bizarre skirmishers, just buffed. Swordmaster, buffed. Units no longer get stuck in queue behind age ups. Oh, that's cool. Golden Age Tier 2 research time bonus decreased. Golden Age Tier 2. Dervish cost increased. Okay. Fine changes, I think. Economic $10. So, Jean also got the bonus from French. Trade posts are fully. Yep. Chamber of Commerce trains free traders 100% faster. Okay, so the exact same as French. Lazy bastards. Alright, Order of the Dragon, Villager Train Time! Whoa! Burgrave, discount reset speed and production speed increased from 30 to 35. Will Order be on the menu? Probably not. Probably not. But who knows, who knows. Interesting, interesting. This makes me feel like they're trying to make it a timing civ, but... we'll see. Zushi. Okay, fix an issue where one dynasty wouldn't affect siege workshop rams. And one dynasty for Zushi is like units are 10% cheaper or something. Something like that. Mount Leo Academy. Imperial Red Seals cost decreased from 290 seconds. Imperial Red Seals. Hold on, let me check what that thing was. I think it was the... it's either they move faster or something like that. Oh, it's the limit. Oh, I barely ever got that anyway, to be fair. It feels not super necessary. This one's really good, the move faster, and supervision's really good. So those two are still relatively cheap. This one, I've had it in FFAs as this one, but I think one thing that absolutely blocked it off to me was the fact that it took so freaking long and was so expensive. So yeah, that being changed actually is quite nice because it was expensive as hell. Okay. Oh, this change is good. These texts in the library all took so long, actually. There was no reason. There was zero reason to go the library over Temple of the Sun first, because it was just like, you got it, which, you know, took a while. And then getting any one of these upgrades also took a really long time. So Cloud of Terror, so... Wait, Roar of the Dragon? I thought it was for the Bombard thing. Increase area thresholds from 0.25 to 1. So this is like, they'll take more damage here, slightly less, and then slightly less. Is that correct? For the Lancers and Spearmen? We'll see how that works out, because so far that has been probably the... So, yeah, I mean, this tech, it was one of the first things I tried with the patch when it first came in, and it was garbage. Garbage. I was so underwhelmed. Like, Fire Lancers and stuff are just kind of crappy in general right now. This is actually surprisingly good. I remember when this first came in, people were like, oh, well, crossbows get like a plus 40% shot. It's not actually that good. But for the Zugnu, it's actually legit. Like, Zugnu are legit with this. This one's kind of like, you know, it looks cool, but it's not necessary. This was obviously a good one, and then this one was a good one. If this is actually viable, or makes them viable, then cool. We'll see, we'll see. Because right now I have very little faith in them being viable, you know. Palace Guard tier 2, health increase by 10. That's actually quite nice. I've actually spent quite a bit of time playing with Palace Guards in tier 2. Alright, so those are the patch notes. And then it talks about a full Siege gameplay update. Ooh. New coursework becomes available at the university for all coursework? Ottomans enlist some new viziers. Cool. Mansa unleashes his personal guard with the Farimba garrison. Cool, cool. So there's going to be more changes in the future. Oh, where the frick did I go? Cool, cool, cool. Alrighty, alrighty, alrighty. So I think the first thing that I have to try and do here is maybe a little bit of the ruse.